Good morning. I hope you are enjoying your freedom, sovereignty, and independence today. This is Jen, the Liberty Lion. It's March 7th, 2022. This is a book from the Eisenhower administration, sort of a supplement to a previous video I did over the word of and islands within the state, the video that I made. I should have included this in that video. Sometimes it just gets overwhelming to put too much information in one video. So this is jurisdiction over federal areas within the states. This is the and transmitted to the president. It was published by the Federal Printing Office. I have found these books and uploaded them online, and if they take them down, I will keep uploading them. This is an original. It has a blue cover. And we're going to look at a page in here. It starts with chapter 1. Here we go. Jurisdiction over federal areas within the states. There's, I think, 4 or 5 different jurisdictions. The one that they have to purchase lands by way of the Constitution is talked about in this section. Oops. And I called them islands within the states. And here it is: federal acquisition of legislative jurisdiction over such areas has made of them federal islands within the states, which the term enclaves is frequently used to describe. While these enclaves, which are used for all the many federal governmental purposes, such as post offices, arsenals, dams, roads, etc. And post offices, you see here it's in lowercase. These are offices on post, not the federal mail post office. Okay, so post offices, arsenals, dams, roads, etc. usually are owned by the government. The United States, in many cases, has received similar jurisdictional authority over privately owned properties, which it leases, or privately owned and occupied properties, which are located within the exterior boundaries of a large area, such as the District of Columbia and various national parks, as to which a state has ceded jurisdiction to the United States. So a state has to be free, sovereign, and independent under the Articles of Confederation in order to cede lands to the federal government, the United States. And once those lands are ceded and the jurisdiction is also ceded, the federal government erects into it a new state, which is allowed by the Constitution, a dependent state for military purposes, but no more than that. No more states within a state, and not an independent state within a dependent state. So you have federal islands inside of states, which they call enclaves, to which the states gave to the federal government, as well as the jurisdiction being power and authority to make the laws for the posts, which are the post offices, arsenals, dams, roads, etc. Supposed to be, according to Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 in the Constitution, for defense purposes. So this is the of within the preamble that we see. So we see of being within, but yet without. So it's within the United States. It's part of the United States. It's part of the federal government. Without the state, because the state allowed for the federal government to have jurisdiction over those areas, the power and authority over those areas to create post offices, arsenals, dams, roads for defense with the sea purposes, and to which the state no longer had jurisdiction over those areas. That is what the Constitution does. It does no more. It does no less. It does make some treaties for peace, declares war. It's supposed to declare peace. It hasn't declared peace in a long time. That's why the war powers under the Constitution, an amendment to the Articles of Confederation, are still in play, in which they work 24/7 to cause you to believe that they are making laws for you, which they are not, because the states did not give up its entire self to the United States. It gave up the enclaves, some islands within the state, which are the federal lands for defense purposes shown in Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 of the Constitution.